We also have baby cream and baby bathing liquid.
Monster truck.
Uh-huh.
A ball, a big ball.
Okay.
A horse.
Okay.
A motorbike. A scissors. A hard bowl. Let's find out if they're gonna sink or float.
The object ability to sink or float is called what?
A buoyancy.
Buoyancy, that's correct. And why does an object sink or float?
Because the objects will sink when they are more dense than water, and the objects will float when they are less dense than water. Is this gonna sink or float? Let's find out. Look, it's actually floating.
It's floating. The dump truck actually floats to the top. It's not sinking at all. It's floating. So even if I push it down like this, push it, make sure the water is in it. Okay, push it down, still floating. Look, if I still want to put more water, let's assume I want to put more water. See, it comes up. So the dump truck floats to the top. Okay, let me do it like this. Push it down more. Push it down. The dump truck floats to the top. It floats and not sink.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Vroom. This is just pedaling.
It's what?
It's pedaling.
It's paddling.
Is this gonna sink or float? Let's find out. 1, 2, 3. It floats.
It floats. Do you know why it floats?
Yeah.
And the ball has what was inside? Water or what? Air. What do you think? Water or air?
Air.
Air. The ball has air inside. Why does a ball float?
Because the ball is hollow and empty inside, and it has air.
Yeah, and it has a lot of air.
That's why the air makes the ball float.
True.
Because the air is less dense than water.
Because the air is less dense than water. So the ball floats.
Is it gonna sink or float? Let's find out. 3, 2, 1. It floats! The corn floats! I am doing the noun a hard bowl.
The what? What's that?
A hard bowl.
Oh, hot ball, okay.
Let's see if it's gonna sink or float. Let's find out. 3, 2, 1. It floats! So let's try the spin. This.
Okay.
Try this.
That's a seal, okay?
Yeah.
That's a seal.
Let's see if this. Let's see if this is gonna sink or float. Let's find out. 3, 2, 1. It sinks. Let's try the egg. Let's see if the egg will sink.
Sink or float. Let's see if it's gonna sink or float.
Let's find out. It floats. Now let's try the tomato.
Okay, the tomato is there. Oh, I didn't know. In the box, okay?
Let's see if it's gonna sink or float. 3, 2, 1. They float. So 4 of them float and 1 of them don't.
Yeah.
Let's try the truck. Let's see if it's gonna sink or float. Let's see if the truck sink or float.
Let's see if it's gonna sink or float.
It floats.
Oh, it floats. Wow.
But then make it. Oh, it sinks.
Oh, it sank. Oh, it sank.
And it's falling. I thought it was floating. Now let's try the fidget spinner. Is it gonna sink or float? 1, 2. Look. It sinks to the bottom.
Look, the thing sinks to the bottom, true.
Now let's try.
Let's try what?
And
What are you
the
trying?
box. The L box.
Oh, the box.
The
What do you think? Let me ask you a question. Do you think it's gonna sink or float?
Let's find out.
But what do you think? Float, or is it gonna sink, or is it gonna float?
I think it's going to float.
Float, okay.
Let's see. It floats! I got it right!
Yeah, it floats. True.
It floats.
Oh, you want to put water to see if it's gonna sink or float?
Oh, it still floats.
It still floats with the water inside. Let's see. Do you have water inside?
Let me see.
Let's see if you have water inside.
Okay. Let me see.
So put water. Let's see if it's gonna float down. And leave it. Is it gonna float? Is it floating? With the water? Oh, it's floating. This small blaze. Oh, blaze. Okay. What do you think? Is it gonna sink or float?
I think sink. It sinks! Now let's try this blue car.
Is it gonna sink or float?
Let's see if maybe it's gonna sink. Oh, it sinks!
Good. It's
Now
on.
let's try the other truck. Is it gonna sink or float? I think sink. It sinks! And now let's try
Sunk.
the rocket car.
Let's try the rocket car.
Is it? I think it's going to sink. It sinks!
Whoa! This light car sunk.
It sunk.
This light car,
Sunk.
it sunk.
Let's try the metal scissors. Let's see if it's gonna sink or float. I think float.
Oh, sunk.
It sunk.
It sunk to the bottom.
I thought it was-
Because it's metal. It's not plastic.
Oh.
That's why it sunk to the bottom.
Okay.
Okay.
So let's try this scooter.
The scooter, okay. The scooter, sink or float. Let's see if it's gonna sink or float. What do you think? Sink. It sunk to the bottom.
It sunk.
Sunk to the bottom. Oh, that means that motor scooter is a metal as well.
Yeah.
It's a metal. That's why it sunk to the bottom.
Let's try this horse.
Oh, what do you think? Sink or float?
I think float.
Float, I think sink.
Sink. It sunk. It sunk.
Sunk to the bottom. Look.
I think that this big place will.
What do you think? Sink or float?
I think float. It's
Float. It floats. Wow. I was thinking it was gonna sink. It floats.
So you didn't get it right.
I didn't get it right.
This is this motorbike going to sink or float? Let's find out. Okay, let's find out. It's gonna sink.
Oh.
Floats.
It floats.
I got it wrong.
Wrong. It
And
floats.
you got 1 point and I got 1.2.
Yeah, it floats. Look.
Okay, let's try this.
AJ,
think-
what do you think? Sink or float?
I think it's going to float. It floats. Oh, sink! So you got 2 points and got 1 point.
Okay, so what do you want to try?
And
Spider-Man. Okay.
He's gonna float. Sink.
Sink or float? What do you think?
Sink. Sink.
You think? Give it.
Float.
Let's see.
Float.
Oh,
Yeah.
float. Yeah, it's gonna float.
I
Yeah.
got 2
I
points.
expected it to float as
I
well.
got 2
But you know what we can actually do? Let's see. Let's put the Spider-Man here. Let us see if it's actually gonna sink or float. Oh, float. Okay, it floats.
So I got 2 points and you got 2 points. That's a
Oh,
tie.
right. Yeah. Let's find out if it's just gonna sink or float.
I think.
What do you think?
This hole floats and this hole.
Would you float? Would you think it's gonna float?
This floats.
Floats and
This sinks.
whoa! This sinks. The Capri Sun juice sinks, and this bottle juice floats. Whoa! Wow, that's amazing.
That's amazing.
And the last one we're gonna try is your jug.
Yeah.
Let's see when you put water in your jug, if it's gonna sink or float.
Okay. Put water.
Put water, unless it's gonna sink or float.
It still floats.
It still floats. Doesn't change anything. All right, it still floats.
Like it's.
So it still floats, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see if this Dove soap, right? Dove soap. Let's see if it's gonna sink or float. Let's go. I think it floats. It floats.
It floats.
It floats.
Now let's try this other one. This is gonna float. This.
Floats as well. Wow, they both float. And when you push it down here, let me do it here so that you can actually see. Push it down, it still floats. Push it down, BJ. It still comes up, meaning that it floats. Leave it. Take off your hand. Oh, it floats. Wow, it floats. Push it down again. Take off your hand. That floats. Okay, let's try this one. Let's see if this one's actually going to sink or float. Push it down, push it down. And take off your hand. Oh, they both float. Yeah, they both float.
Let's try this.
Okay, push it down. Take off your hand.
They still float.
Oh, yeah?
They still float.
They both float.
An object will sink when they are more dense than water. An object will float when they are less dense than water.
That's true.
Thanks for watching my son's experiment video on sink or float. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, don't forget to hit the notification bell. That way you can see me and Lincoln's videos. Bye! Bye! And bye from AJ too. Bye!